Hi, this is Tom Shanahan. I'm the author of Spiritual Adrenaline, a lifestyle plan to strengthen and nourish your recovery. You can pick it up at barnesandnoble.com, amazon.com, or on the Central Recovery Press website. I am really excited to be here today with Anthony Fazio. I met Anthony back in 2018. He was one of a group of people who started in 2017 a program called Sober Sundays in the Boca Raton area of Florida. Sober Sundays then turned into Temperance Training, which became workouts at a CrossFit gym. That led to Temperance House, which is a sober house for people who are interested in living an active, sober active lifestyle as part of a recovery program. And then also now he's just expanded to Daytona Beach. And Anthony Fazio, Rob Parker, and Timmy Mustion were the driving force behind this great movement, the sober active movement that's happening in South Florida. And although he's very busy, with the new operation and the new programming up in Daytona Beach, he took some time out to talk with me this morning. So that being said, thank you so much for joining me. I'm so excited to have you.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm glad we could link up. This is great.
So maybe you just share a little bit about your background so people know you're qualified to be here today talking about the sober active movement.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. I've been in and out of sobriety since 1995. My first stint of sobriety lasted 11 years. And I had a motorcycle accident, and I lost that sobriety for about 3.5, 4 years. So actually, out of the last 25 years, I've been sober for about 20. Yeah, me and alcohol just don't mix. And the bonus for me is I really enjoy the person I am when I'm sober. You know, it's that Jekyll and Hyde thing that they talk about. You know, it's very black and white. You know, right now I have about 8 years sober. I'm down here in South Florida with an amazing community, which is literally second to none. I couldn't do it without them. I have a very supportive wife who now helps with the Temperance Training Foundation and the movement that we're trying to grow. But yeah, you know, I mean, like I said, I'm about the community, and I happen to have an amazing, strong one down here.
Well, one of the things that's remarkable to me, and again, we've known each other for a while. I read about what you were doing back in 2017 online. I was researching my book. I said, I have to come down and meet these guys because it just blew me away. When I came down, like to see in person, a bunch of, it was amazing. The music's blaring. People are like busting a move, let men, women. I mean, and some people have brought their dogs with them and the dogs are running around the gym. And then like, all of a sudden, you guys have this routine where you ran around the block and people would have like the 45-pound weights, 10-pound weights, 25-pound weights, busting a move, coming around the block. And I'm getting goosebumps as I'm saying this right now. I was like, I have never seen anything quite like it. So for those, there's a whole bunch of videos, by the way, of us on my YouTube channel or on the Spiritual Adrenaline Facebook page. But why don't you share for people who haven't had the opportunity to visit with you or to follow what you're doing so far, what it is that you do and why it's helping people stay sober?
I like how you put it. You know, it is. It's like an organized chaos. You know, there's a lot of fear involved when people become sober. I think you're stepping into that unknown, you know, that uncertainty. What do I do? You know, Tim and I and Rob happen to know what to do when you walk into a gym. And I think that vibe is contagious. And when we show people what to do, that organized chaos just turns into, you know, just fun, you know, people getting along and finding people, finding their peers, finding sober friends of theirs in a very, you know, less stressful atmosphere, something that everybody can relate to. Yeah, so what we do is through right now, 3 gyms in the South Florida area, we offer free fitness classes for anyone with 24 hours or more sober to find a sober community. And our outlet happens to be fitness. Um, yeah, it's a wonderful thing, and like I said, it's growing, and we're trying to really dive into one-on-one relationships now, as far as uh, uh, being involved now. Myself, I'm able to do it full time. I'm in the Delray location, the Weekday Warriors, which is 1 p.m. Monday through Friday. At the Delray location, I mean, we have 20 to 25 people every single day, and that's at 1 p.m. You know, Delray is just like a hub for outpatient and recovery people.
But aside from the programming, the sports related programming that you provide now on a daily basis, it used to be weekly. You also opened a sober house. Can you explain what what you do that's different from other sober houses, and what the concept was behind the decision to create
Yeah.
Temperance House?
Yeah. So, we started the Sober Sunday class, which was amazing. Um, a lot of gentlemen, looking for sponsors and peers to, take them to the program. We noticed when they were graduating from, whether it was an intensive outpatient program or an inpatient program, there wasn't any solid place for them to go. Um, there was just housing. This is a program of action. That's why temperance training works so well, because you're spending that hour taking action, whether you're forgetting about how troubled your past is or how horrible your day is, or whether you're just taking necessary steps to just extend your life and fix and repair some of the damage you've done over the past however many years. We wanted to implement a program that involved action. So our house, you get the gym membership, you're encouraged to work out, you get a nutrition plan for you 5 days a week, fend for yourself on the weekends. And it's walking distance to the gym, so it's encouraged that you take action. We do a diligent screening process. We interview people before they come in, and our success rate has been amazing.
I just want to speak to that because you and I both know the Attorney General. I'm an attorney. I practice in New York, New Jersey, and Florida. The Attorney General in Florida indicted many sober house operators because, in fact, what they were doing, their model was to actually kind of create circumstances where people would relapse and wind up back in the inpatient facility. So I congratulate you. That's right, because there's a lot of money in relapse and there's not so much money in sobriety. So I encourage you for taking the true path, because you are helping save lives and you're part of the solution. You're not part of the problem. So I know, again, because I know you guys for years now, I just want to point out to the listeners and the viewers who may not understand this. Since I originally met you, Rob Parker, and Tim Mustion, you got married, and most of your wedding party were folks from Temperance Training, which was just amazing. Because I'd seen you guys shirtless or in the workout clothes, and then you're all in tuxedos. I was like, look at these guys. That's right. They clean up well. Timmy Mustion also got married. He's got a little baby now, beautiful gift, and I just love seeing the post. It makes my heart smile. Rob Parker is also out now doing, I think, additional gyms, if I'm not incorrect, correct?
Yep.
So you guys, not only do you practice what you preach, but you're living examples that the sober active movement and the sober active lifestyle works. So what is your message to people out there, about people who maybe they've been struggling like me? When I first came in, couldn't get sober, I was counting days constantly. What is your message to people out there who don't believe they're able to get sober and to stay sober, and also, it's a lot here, find happiness in sobriety? Because you're not white knuckling it, Faz. You're a happy guy, and everyone around you is a happy guy as far as I can see. So what's your message to those people?
I would portray the same message that was given to me. At some point I was willing enough to just take action, put one foot in front of the other. I used to show up when I didn't want to, whether it was a meeting or a sober event. And that's what I did. I would continuously take that action. For me, once I took the thinking out of it, trying to figure everything out, my higher power, God, took over from there. It was was kind of miraculously, and it was hard to explain. But we have a class 6 days a week, and sometimes I'll tell somebody, hey, just show up every day and tell me how you feel in 2 weeks. Some people talk about how hard the work is out at first, but they love it, and it's like anything else, with that, those continued victories, those little achievements every day, whether you learn a clean and jerk for the first time, or you actually ran for the whole warm up 400 meter, it starts to feel good. You're doing little things to achieve these little victories, these little achievements, every day, and for me, it started with just showing up.
So let's just, for people that are interested, they may not live in the area, but maybe they're interested in coming down and participating in some of your programs. Maybe they're interested in learning more about how they can maybe start their own programming. What's the best way to reach out to you, to Temperance Training, the foundation, and just, become part of this if people are interested?
Yeah. Instagram would be the best way. We're found, our handle is Temperance Training, pretty easy to find. You'll see our logo in the corner, our profile, and we're pretty much on top of that. We'll return your message as soon as you give us a call. We're in Daytona, Delray, and Boca as of right now. So if you're coming down to South Florida, you're probably going to one of those 3 places. Mm-hmm. And like I said, our classes are free, and you can find them almost 7 days a week.
Okay. And what's the website, Faz? Do you have a website?
Temperancetraining.org.
Awesome. Listen, thank you for taking time out of your day. I realize you're busy. Thank Rob. Timmy's in Colorado now, but all of you are such an inspiration. I feel so privileged to have been there, experienced in person, and to be able to help. I'm just spreading the message of what you're doing.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Continued success, both professionally with all your projects and also with your marriage and your personal life. I wish you all the best. So again, thanks again for taking the time to come out today.
Thanks, Tom. It's my pleasure. I loved it.
Thank you.